until you let me know we are ready. All right.
Becky's good.
We're now in executive session and the room is cleared as necessary. Executive session item, we have a consent calendar, items number 1 and 2. Are there any reports we need to hear about those?
Those are simply public meeting law dismissals for cases that were filed without any documentation of the grievance process.
Okay. Any questions on those? Commissioner McCauley, a motion, please.
So the same individual, we don't need to or me. I move the commission approve the executive session consent calendar as presented.
It's been moved that we approve the executive session consent calendar, items number 1 and 2 as presented. Is there any further discussion? All right, please call the roll.
Commissioner Mettler.
Aye.
Commissioner Jancy.
Aye.
Commissioner Burke.
Aye.
Commissioner McCauley.
Aye.
Commissioner Helt.
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez.
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0.
All right, we will now move on to items numbers 3 through 7. Are we taking these as a group?
Yes, they have waived confidentiality.
Okay, and I understand that attorney Ben Haley?
Hale.
Hale. Okay. Ben Hale will be appearing on their behalf.
We have reached out to Mr. Hale and we have not gotten him on yet.
Well, since I doubt he will disagree with the recommendations in the packet, if there's no objection, I would like to proceed with these. All right. Items number 3 through 7, Investigator Pacheco, please.
Thank you, Vice Chair Thompson and Commissioners. This is Investigator Daniel Pacheco for the record. Agenda items 3 through 7 in your meeting books are preliminary review reports for 5 members of the Portland City Council, identified in this report as the councilors. The complaint in this matter arises from a public meeting law complaint filed against the Peacock councilors concerning an August 6, 2025 retreat. During the preliminary review phase of their cases, the councilors obtained legal services free of charge from Benjamin Hale, attorney at law for the Oregon Justice Research Center, or OJRC. In this case, the complaint alleges that the councilor's acceptance of the pro bono legal services violates provisions in ORS Chapter 244. At its meeting on January 9, 2026, the commission reviewed and voted to approve the legal expense trust fund application submitted by Mr. Hale on behalf of the councilors. Because Oregon law expressly exempts contributions made to a legal expense trust fund for the benefit of a public official from the definition of a gift, the central question in this case is whether the councilors had properly established their trusts such that they could accept Mr. Hale's pro bono legal services. Based on the information gathered, it appears that they did. ORS 244.213 subsection 2 provides that pro bono legal assistance and other in-kind assistance may be provided without limit and is considered a contribution subject to the reporting requirements. In this case, as previously noted, the commission reviewed and determined that the councilors' trusts met the statutory requirements. Thus, the councilors may accept the pro bono legal services from Mr. Hale without violating provisions in Oregon government ethics law. Commission staff note that there are some additional considerations regarding these cases. First, ORS 244.207 subsection 2 permits the public official to use their legal expense trust fund to cover applicable costs or liabilities related to the legal proceeding for which the fund was established. This means that the councilors may use their trusts to cover applicable costs or liabilities associated with this case in the previously filed public meetings law complaint. 2, ORS 244.0 sub 1 prohibits a public official from using or attempting to use their official position to obtain a financial gain or avoid a financial detriment that would not otherwise be available but for their official position. In this case, there was no information to indicate that any of the councilors used or attempted to use their official position in violation of the statute. Moreover, subsection 2G and H of the statute excludes contributions made to a legal expense trust fund, use of office violation, or the definition of a gift. And lastly, while not provided in the reports, commission staff notes that hypothetically, even if the councilors had not established the trust, it appears that Mr. Hale's free legal services would not meet the definition of a gift. In this case, it appears that OJRC provides pro bono legal services to both public officials and members of the public on the same terms and conditions. Thus, in that instance, it would not appear that Mr. Hale's legal services would meet the definition of a gift as defined in ORS 244.020 subsection 7, such that their acceptance of the legal services would have violated the gift clause. Based on the information available in this preliminary review, there does not appear to be a substantial objective basis to believe that the counselors violated provisions in RS Chapter 244, and the recommendation in your books is to dismiss. Thank you.
Thank you, investigator. Are there any questions for our investigator? All right, hearing and seeing. Oh, yes, Commissioner Halt, please.
Thank you, Vice Chair. I have a question about pro bono services because my understanding of pro bono is it's provided voluntarily and free of charge. But in here, in the notes, it says that that they're reimbursed by the state for legal services. So does that mean that it's pro bono because it's being paid by someone? So I'm confused on the definition of pro bono versus reimbursed by the state for legal services.
So Commissioner Harrell, just to clarify, you're referring to in the report when I spoke to the executive director for OJRC, they explained that they don't charge their clients, but there are instances where they do help out the Department of Justice on some of their cases for legal defense. And in those instances, the state of Oregon does reimburse them for helping out. Is that the section that you're referring to?
Yep.
Okay.
It says that essentially all of their work is paid for through reimbursements from the state.
All of their work? All right.
That's what. That they never charge clients. The
That is correct.
OGRC is reimbursed by the state for legal services and that they never charge the clients.
Okay. While there are occasions when OJRC is reimbursed by the state for legal services, the executive director stated that they never charge clients. So are you asking whether that would change the analysis of like a gift or it would not be
Yeah,
a
is
gift?
it pro bono? Because if it's reimbursed by the state, isn't that just third party paid versus pro bono?
Yes, I would. Yeah, I would agree that that would be correct. Yes.
So is it a gift? Because it's clear in ORS that if it's pro bono, it's not a gift. But if it's third party paid, would that be a gift?
So is it clear whether this is, whether OJRC is being reimbursed by the state for this? I think that the issue is some of what OJRC does gets reimbursed by the state, but that does not mean that everything they do. And in this case, I do not believe that OJRC is being reimbursed by the state for its representation of the Portland City Council.
That is correct.
So I guess that's my question. Are they being reimbursed by the state for this, or is this pro bono?
There was no information to indicate that was the case.
I guess I would like to ask that question of them to ensure that, since it's not clear to me.
I don't have that information at this time.
Oh,
We could try calling the attorney again if you would feel that.
yes, I would try to see if Ben is available.
Okay, yeah, please call.
Yeah.
I do have one other question as well.
Commissioner Halt, please.
Thank you, Vice Chair. There's also, which we did not address, was that there is a major conflict of interest at play by accepting pro bono legal services from representation from a lawyer of a firm who is known to sue the city.
So with respect to that question, that wouldn't be part of the analysis because in this instance, as provided in ethics law, the statutes do permit the counselors to accept the pro bono legal services as part of their establishment of the trust. So the report doesn't go further into the analysis because that's not a requirement. I don't know if there's any way I can explain that differently.
Well, correct, that this is permitted under the statutes, but in addition, it would not raise a conflict of interest. You don't have because conflict of interest is making a decision, recommendation, or taking action that has a financial impact on yourself, your relatives, members of your household, or a business with which you're associated. And the OJRC would not be, or any of its clients would not be, a business with which the counselors are associated, because they are not employees, officers, directors of OJRC. And so while it may have the appearance of a conflict from a public perception or optics, it is not a statutory conflict of interest.
Vice Chair, I want to let you know that Attorney Ben Hale has joined the meeting.
Wonderful. I want to make sure that before we get to the attorney, does that answer your second question, Commissioner?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right. Mr. Hale, can you hear us? I think you're on mute.
Thank you. Yes, I hear you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hale. We are hearing the cases against your clients here, and we had a question that we were hoping that you could answer for us. And I will ask Commissioner Helt if she could restate her question.
Thank you, Vice Chair Thompson. Okay, so my question is, in this file, it says that OJRC is reimbursed by the state for legal services and never charges clients. With these cases, will you be being reimbursed by the state, or is this work that you are donating?
This, thank you, Commissioner Helt, and I'm happy to appear before you and answer any questions.
Thank you.
The Oregon Justice Resource Center will not be receiving any compensation. This was a donation of pro bono legal assistance.
Thank you for that clarification. I appreciate it. My question is answered. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Are there any further questions on this case or these cases? All right, so we have to take these individually?
Yes.
Okay. Commissioner McCauley, motion on agenda item number 3, please.
Okay, for agenda item number 3, I move the commission dismiss the complaint against Angelita Murillo.
All right, it's been moved. We dismiss the complaint against executive session item agenda number 3. Is there any discussion on that? All right, please call the roll.
Commissioner Jancy,
Aye.
Commissioner McCauley,
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez,
Aye.
Commissioner Burke,
Aye.
Commissioner Mettler,
Aye.
Commissioner Helt,
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0.
All right, executive session item number 4, please.
For agenda item number 4, I move the commission dismiss the complaint against Samir Kanal.
All right, is there any discussion on the motion? All right, please call the roll.
Commissioner Mettler,
Aye.
Commissioner Jancy,
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez,
Aye.
Commissioner McCauley,
Aye.
Commissioner Helt,
Aye.
Commissioner Burke,
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0.
All right, agenda item number 5, please.
For agenda item number 5, I move the commission dismiss the complaint against Mitch Green.
Is there any discussion on the motion? All right, please call the roll.
Commissioner Helt,
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez,
Aye.
Commissioner Jancy,
Aye.
Commissioner Mettler,
Aye.
Commissioner Burke,
Aye.
Commissioner McCully,
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0.
Agenda item number 6, please.
For agenda item number 6, I move the commission dismiss the complaint against Tiffany Koyama Lane.
All right, any discussion on the motion? Please call the roll.
Commissioner McCully,
Aye.
Commissioner Helt,
Aye.
Commissioner Mettler,
Aye.
Commissioner Jancy,
Aye.
Commissioner Burke,
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez,
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0.
Thank you. Agenda item number 7, please.
For agenda item number 7, I move the commission dismiss the complaint against Candace Avalos.
Is there discussion on the motion? Please call the roll.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez,
Aye.
Commissioner Burke,
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson,
Aye.
Commissioner Jancy,
Aye.
Commissioner Mettler,
Aye.
Commissioner Helt, Commissioner Helt,
Aye. Sorry.
thank you. Commissioner McCully.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0.
All right, thank you. Thank you for being here, Mr. Hale. We appreciate you taking time to answer the questions. As you've heard, these cases have been dismissed and you will receive written notification from our office to confirm that. So thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate the work that you all do.
Have a wonderful day.
Okay, have a wonderful day. Bye for now.
So it doesn't look like anyone's appearing on agenda item number 8. All right. Agenda item number 8, Investigator Sullivan, please.
Yes, thank you, Vice Chair Thompson and Commission. This is Investigator Josh Sullivan for the record. I'm presenting an executive session, agenda item number 8. This is a complaint against Suze Riley, Vice Chair on the Planning Commission for the City of Maupin. The complaint in this case alleges that Suze Riley participated in deliberations and votes to approve applications for private developments within the city. However, she did not disclose that she had conflicts of interest because she served as a realtor for the developers. The information available in preliminary review does not indicate that Suze Riley served as a realtor for the developers or that she worked for them in other professional capacities. The developers indicated that Suze Riley did not serve as their realtor. Her realtor website does not list property sold by the developers, and the deeds for the property exchanges included in the complaint do not list Suze Riley, and they state that actual consideration for the transactions was $0. Based on the information available in this preliminary review, there does not appear to be a substantial objective basis for believing that Suze Riley violated Oregon government ethics law when she participated in the approval and development permits in her official capacity. The recommendation is to dismiss this case.
All right. Thank you, sir. Is there any questions for our investigator? All right. May we have a motion, please?
For agenda item number 8, I move the commission dismiss the complaint against Suze Riley.
Any discussion on the motion? All right, please call the roll.
Commissioner Burke,
Aye,
Commissioner Burke?
sorry about the mute.
Thank you. Commissioner McCully,
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez,
Aye.
Commissioner Mettler,
Aye.
Commissioner Jancy,
Aye.
Commissioner Helt,
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0.
All right, thank you very much. On to agenda item number 9. Again, it does not look like anyone's appearing. So, Investigator Fenstermaker, please.
Good morning, Acting Chair Thompson, Commissioners. My name is Casey Fenstermaker. Agenda item number 9 is regarding Emily Collins, formerly the project coordinator for the Columbia Development Authority, or the CDA. My understanding that she's currently serving as the interim executive director of the CDA at this point in time. The complaint alleged that Emily Collins violated Oregon government ethics law while participating in the preparation of the 2024 Office of Legal Defense and Community Cooperation grant application. The complaint alleged that because she assisted in the drafting of the grant application narrative and because she reviewed and edited the budget justification narrative, she participated in actions that resulted in a financial benefit to herself, namely a salary increase and retroactive compensation. The complaint alleged that she failed to disclose conflicts of interest at public meetings where the grant application was discussed. Emily Collins is an appointed public official and is therefore not required to publicly announce her conflicts of interest at public meetings. Rather, if she had a conflict of interest, she would have to provide a written disclosure to her appointing authority. Nonetheless, it does not appear that Emily Collins herself took official actions that either could or would financially impact herself and was therefore not required to disclose a conflict of interest related to the grant application or the retroactive pay. With respect to the prohibited use of office allegations, it does not appear that Emily Collins took any actions to establish her pay increase or to have that pay increase be applied retroactively. Therefore, it does not appear that she engaged in a prohibited use of office. Based on the information reviewed during this preliminary review, Commission staff does not believe there's a substantial objective basis to believe that a violation of ethics law occurred and recommends dismissing this complaint.
All right, thank you. Questions for our investigator? All right, hearing and seeing none, may we have a motion, please?
For agenda item number 9, I move the commission dismiss the complaint against Emily Collins.
All right, you've heard the motion. Is there discussion on the motion? Please call the roll.
Commissioner Mettler,
Aye.
Commissioner Jancy,
Aye.
Commissioner Burke,
Aye.
Commissioner McCauley,
Aye.
Commissioner Halt,
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez,
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0.
Thank you very much. Agenda item number 10, Investigator Sullivan, please. And I have nobody appearing for that one either.
Thank you, Chair, Vice Chair Thompson and Commission. This is Investigator Josh Sullivan for the record. I'm presenting executive session agenda item number 10. This is a complaint against Tobias Reed, Oregon Secretary of State. The complaint in this case alleges that Tobias Reed was issued final orders by default with civil penalties when his political action committee, Friends of Tobias Reed, filed late and insufficient campaign finance transactions. The complaint alleges that Tobias Reed was met with conflicts of interest when he issued himself final orders with monetary penalties. And it states that other Oregonians would not get to determine their own fines for the campaign finance violations. The information in this preliminary review indicates that in 2024, a $250 civil penalty and an $829 civil penalty were issued to Tobias Reed as a candidate of Friends of Tobias Reed. However, it appears that these cases were processed by the Elections Division staff without personal involvement from Tobias Reed, and both cases were resolved in accordance with the applicable statutes and administrative rules. It also appears that the penalties ordered in both cases were assessed using an equation set forth by the Oregon Administrative Rules and the SOX Campaign Finance Manual. Based on the information available in this preliminary review, there does not appear to be a substantial objective basis for believing that Tobias Reed took any actions or made any recommendations or decisions in his official capacity related to the final orders issued. The recommendation is to dismiss this case. Also, on an additional note, I did receive a call from Secretary Reed's office yesterday, and he said that due to unforeseen circumstances, they wanted to make it, but they're not able to make it today. But if the commission has any questions, they're willing to answer those, given the opportunity.
Great, thank you. Any questions for our investigator? Hearing and seeing none, may we have a motion, please?
For agenda item number 10, I move the commission dismiss the complaint against Tobias Reed.
You've heard the motion. Is there discussion on the motion? Please call the roll.
Commissioner Jancy,
Aye.
Commissioner McCauley,
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez is abstaining. Commissioner Burke,
Aye.
Commissioner Mettler.
Aye.
Commissioner Halt is abstaining. Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-0.
All right, thank you
With
very
one
much.
abstention. Or
Oh,
two abstentions, my apologies.
All right, we are now moving on to items number 11 through 21, and we have two people appearing, so I'll give our team time to get them in the room.
Thank you, Chair, or Acting Chair.
All right. So, Mr. Loeb and Mr. Jones, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Jones, can you hear us? You might be on mute.
Yes, I can.
All right, thank you for being here today. The time is now for the commission to hear your case. The first step in our process will be to hear a report from our investigator. So Investigator Pacheco, please.
Thank you, Vice Chair Thompson and Commissioners. This is Investigator Daniel Pacheco for the record. Agenda items 11 through 21 in your meeting books are preliminary review reports for members of the 82nd Avenue Transit Project Community Advisory Committee, or CAC for short. The complaint in this matter alleges that the CAC members failed to provide the public with virtual access to attend the October 22nd, 2025 in-person only public meeting and seeks to determine whether the CAC is a public body subject to provisions in RS Chapter 192. Based on the information gathered, the CAC appears to be an advisory committee that provides TriMet staff and by extension, TriMet's board of directors, a governing body of a public body, with recommendations in the 82nd Avenue project. This determination is further supported by the Commission's administrative rule, OER 199-050-0010, subsection 1B, which identifies a governing body to include an advisory body with authority to make recommendations to a public body on policy or administration, which the CAC appears to do. As a result, the CAC is a public body required to adhere to public meetings law. Accordingly, the CAC was required to provide the public with electronic or virtual access to attend its October 22nd public meeting. By failing to do so, it appears that the members violated ORS 192.670 subsection 3 sub A. Thus, the recommendation in your books is to move this case to investigation. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Investigator. Are there any questions from commissioners about the report you just heard? Hearing and seeing none. All right. Mr. Loeb, Mr. Jones, this is your time to address the commission. So you can go in whatever order you would like. I would ask that you limit your comments to 3 minutes apiece due to the length of our agenda today. So who would like, if you'd like to address us, who would like to go first? All right, Mr. Jones, you're up.
Yes, I'll go. Thanks, everyone. First off, I want to say that, oh, there's a little timer thing. Okay, great.
Oh yeah, we're fancy around here.
Yeah. I'm the president and CEO of the North Clackamas Chamber of Commerce. I also sit on 4 boards. And this Community Action Committee is an advisory committee. We have real jobs and we have other responsibilities. I don't know how my name became, if you look and read through it, all of it says Jay Jones. Someone grabbed my name and like I was running the whole thing. So if you read through it, almost all of it, in my opinion, should be conducted towards the CAC, not me personally. I'm one of the committee members on the Community Action Committee. The second thing is there has been meetings and we have made them available and we have taken on public testimony on this day. That one wasn't, but just we had a meeting last week and there's nobody online. And we don't speak directly to the TriMet board. We don't speak directly to, PBOT leader. We don't speak directly to Sam DeSuze. So they're alleging that we have some power. We don't vote on anything. We bring our perspectives of what's going on. I speak for the business community, in Clackamas County. And I want to make sure that when we're making decisions, it positively impacts the business community which I serve. It's not a situation where, and I read read all the documents. Our chair of the board is in a wheelchair, so and takes transit to and from, and is able to come to the in-person meetings. So I just believe that this is targeted, and I believe that it's a bit misunderstood. And if you look and see how many times my name pops up, I'm just one person that's on the committee. I'm not the chair. I'm not the vice chair. They tried to get me to do it, but I was running away from it. I'm just here to make sure that the citizens and the businesses in Clackamas County have representation in this huge transit project, especially on the busiest road in the state of Oregon. So that's my 2 cents, and I think I got 14 seconds.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Jones. Are there any questions from commissioners for Mr. Jones? All right, Mr. Loeb, you're up.
Hi, thank you for giving me the time to address this. I kind of wanted to focus in two groups. There's something that's more personally pertaining to me in this situation, and then I want to talk about the group. I used to serve on this this committee. On the particular day that's being focused on and in question here, I resigned from my position on the board of the 82nd Avenue Business Association. I was the president. I had emailed before the meeting the TriMet representatives who manage these meetings and let them know about the change in my status, which previous conversations had led me to believe that my eligibility to serve would be changed if I were to leave the board. I did end up leaving the board. Before the meeting started, I was instructed that I was no longer eligible to serve. And out of a courtesy, I could stay for the meeting and I'd be given opportunity if I liked to address the board and kind of say goodbye. I kind of kept quiet for the duration of the meeting because I didn't feel like I was a contributing member, but I still did sit at the table with my former board members, or not board members, CAC members. And then at the end, I kind of addressed the community who's shown up for the meeting, as well as everyone else who was in attendance, and let them know kind of my final thoughts, and prefaced it under the guise that I was transitioning to just a public, someone in the community. So if we were talking, if it covered all of our meetings where they weren't made electronically available, then I could see some association. But since this one is so narrowly focused, I just wanted to bring that up. And then in terms of overall, I kind of want to reiterate what Jay brought up is early on, we had called into question some comments that were presented. They told us that this group would not be voting on anything outside of picking who our co-chairs were going to be. And it was treated much more like a focus group where you'd be called in and giving an opinion versus other CACs. And I currently serve on the 82nd Avenue Tax Increment Financing Community Leadership Committee. Those are conducted differently. They're conducted more professionally. They're conducted with more rules and votes and structure. That did not exist here. So I think I and a lot of the other members that I spoke to about this really felt like this was a different environment. And I don't think we were under the impression that we had to adhere to the same rules that we might have in our other endeavors in the public. Running out of time, so I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. Are there any questions for Mr. Loeb? All right, the time has come for us to make a decision. Just so our respondents understand, we will not be finding any violations today. The decision before us is whether we need to continue to investigate or not. So Commissioner Halt, please.
Thank you, Vice Chair. I just had one question. So you Mr. Loeb, you said you had resigned before this meeting?
Yes, I resigned from my 82nd Avenue Business Association board seat as president, which was the primary reason why I was invited to join the transit CAC.
Okay, so you were not on this board at the time of this meeting.
I will concede that it's probably fuzzy because I did show up to the meeting and it was before the meeting that they said my status had changed. So there was no, at the beginning of the meeting, they did announce the other people who had left the board for other commitments and moving out of town, including my name in it. I assume that that was the conclusion of my commitment, was that very first announcement at the beginning of the meeting, but I did stay and sit around the table with my fellow board members. So optically, I can see that it is probably fuzzy if someone were observing from the outside where my tenure on the CAC ended. But I've not returned since.
Thank you. Vice Chair, can I have one more question?
Yes, please.
In the report, it says that this is a sounding board for design ideas. What does a sounding board mean? How do you move things forward as a sounding board? Thank you.
I'll take that. For instance, we're looking at obviously the transit project, right? There's federal funds, there's all these things going on, and everyone brings in their perspective. Does it need to be widening? What's that going to do to business? How much money does it cost? We go through lots of different exercises like you do with any of the other, committees or action committees. I run a chamber, so I have a board, an executive board, and I have action committees that get together. They're volunteer people, that are trying to do, blocking and tackling with us. This is similar to that, where whatever the issues are that TriMet and PBOT and ODOT see with this project, which obviously right now funding is a challenge. Those are things that come to us and we bring up and say, oh, did you know that the cover on this is too big? Or we heard feedback that, people are getting wet, because it rains here. They need more lighting here. Oh, this needs to be edged out, or this needs to be a different color, or, we're just giving our ideas. The sounding board to us is we, in whatever capacity we are in the community, we bring that expertise to the group just to make sure that we have a seat at the table. And I think that's the issue. TriMet's done a really good job as far as surveying and having pop-ups and asking questions and those type of things. And we go to those to listen, to make sure that we know what, the constituents in our area, what they need, want, and desire. Obviously, everybody wants to move safely. Obviously, businesses want to make sure that people can get to and from their organizations without hassle. Obviously, we want people to feel safe. And so those are the type of things when we say sounding board. I just want to also say, Jacob, when he keeps talking, keeps saying board. And when I think of a board, you're talking like the TriMet board. We are not on the TriMet board. We are on an advisory committee, and we give it advice. We listen. We say, is it going to be bat lanes? Or is it full bat lanes? Is it partial bat lanes? And we talk their talk and just give feedback. We don't go to the meetings. We don't go and sit with the board. We don't go and sit with the TriMet, executive team. So I just want to make sure we're an advisory committee that's volunteer, that we come together to try to make sure we represent Clackamas County. Well, in some of it's Multnomah County, right? Where we come together.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Jones. Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez, please.
Yes, thank you, Chair, and thank you, Mr. Jones and Mr. Loeb. I don't think there's a real dispute as to whether we're not saying that your committee, which is an advisory committee, at least the way I understand it, is a part of the TriMet board. So that's not what happened. My question is, based on the work that you're doing, do you believe that you provide or furnish advice to the TriMet board?
I'll speak for myself. I do not feel like we had a direct connection to the TriMet board. I feel like the things that we said were listened to as a data point, just like a survey person was listened to as a data point, and that information was curated and presented by another group.
Well, let me ask that again. So y'all have ideas about certain things, or try and ask if y'all have ideas.
Mhm.
And those ideas that the committee has are provided to the TriMet board in one shape or another that come from your committee, right?
I'll answer that. I mean, you're leading it, but that's okay. The difference is we are.
I'm not. I'm generally trying to understand.
Okay.
What is it that happens? You obviously have advice or
Yes.
thoughts. Let's not get hung up on the definition, like on semantics. But I'm trying to understand. This is not coming from a negative place. You're asked or approached with thoughts, or you have them about certain things, and those are in some form related to the TriMet board. Yes.
I mean, in certain, like he said, we do surveys all the time. That data and metadata is disseminated to the board, right? But they don't. It doesn't say Skippy said this. I mean, yes, they get feedback, they read notes, but we don't have a direct impact. We don't vote. We're just sharing information. And I'll tell you, they work with partnerships with PBOT and ODOT and the federal government, and Jay from the chamber is cool and all, but we're just making sure we're representing our industries. I don't believe that anyone on their board, one could name any of us, right? So that it's not a situation like it's leverage. I do believe information is assimilated, but we all have different wants, needs, desires. They have to make a budget. They have to make sure their board is happy. They have to deal with the safety, and they're having an opportunity time, right? We're still talking about 82nd project, which is going to cost, millions of dollars, and they're laying off people and cutting routes, right? So I do believe that some of the information is presented. I don't know what form that gets presented to them because we're not involved with that, but they do take notes.
Could I add one to that as well?
Yes, quickly, please.
Yes, I would say that the key thing is we don't vote. I don't feel like we have a monolithic representation of what we as a group say. We could have 50%, or everyone could have a different opinion, and I don't know what versions get distilled and brought in there, but there's not this vote in which we say, this is the opinion of this group that as our gathering here. That was for me, a defining difference.
Okay. Thank you. Chair, based on the information that we have and the fact that I think these advisory committees are really important, and I'm glad that the public entities are seeking advice from businesses or other individuals before they act. And I don't want to discourage that personally from happening. I do think that this is a situation where there needs to be education provided. There's nothing nefarious here or anything like that. I would recommend, this looks more like a letter of education, but also for our materials that, again, I don't want to discourage these type of entities from existing or kind of bodies, but they need to understand that, as Mr. Lowe pointed out, I mean, the test isn't whether there's votes or things like that. The test is whether they are furnishing advice to a public body, and we need to make that clear so that people don't run into these, I don't want to call it, into these situations. Thanks.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Halt, please.
Thank you. I think that this kind of citizen input is some of the most important work that can be done in our state. And I am leaning towards dismissing these claims because I don't want to overregulate something that is a conversation that is happening amongst people for their community. I'm really want to make sure that we encourage these conversations more than not, but I do also agree with Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez that we do need some information to go to these committees so that they are like this committee. But this committee, I believe, is just doing the good work of being a citizen of their community, and I really appreciate what they're doing. So I'm leaning towards voting to dismiss. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Mettler, please.
Yeah, my question is for the investigator. I mean, what further information would you seek if we move this to further investigation? From what I could tell, there's really just this question about whether or not a virtual option, which could have been even a phone call, was provided for the community. I just don't want to spend time and resources on something that maybe really isn't, I don't know. I'm just not sure this is worth moving forward if there's really not a whole lot of investigation that needs to happen here. I agree. I wish we could just kind of say, you know, these are a letter of recommendation. I just am not sure this is merits of a full move forward with investigation. So what would you want to find out more about if we move this forward?
Thank you for the question, Commissioner Mettler. So the cases would likely result in a letter of education, like it was pointed out earlier. The only thing I would just circle back on would be the case for Mr. Loeb. He did note that he had resigned prior to the meeting. And so I would probably just want to confirm that information because that might change the recommendation in his case. But that would be the only thing that I would circle back on would be his case and when he resigned and whether he was technically a member of that meeting or not.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to both address Mr. Loeb and Mr. Jones, but the commission as well. This idea of this being more of a focus or stakeholder group to just provide feedback or here's what we see as an issue. Those are we have issued advice in the past, like to, I forget who it was, might have been forestry, where they were having meetings, assembling groups of stakeholders to get feedback as well as public to get feedback or input versus a group that is formed for the purpose of making recommendations. And the problem here, I think, is how Metro formed the CAC. It put into its document for this entity that it was forming that its purpose was to make recommendations, which is what moves it into becoming a governing body and not just a focus group. And so if it is a governing body, that is what makes it subject, its meetings then subject to the public meetings law. And so its creation by Metro created your group to be an advisory body, which is a government body.
Thank you, Executive Director. Mr. Pacheco, I have a question. Are these meetings usually recorded? Was this like a one-off where this one there wasn't online access? Do you know?
My understanding is there was no virtual access to attend the meeting. It was all just in person only, as noted on their agenda. I didn't see a recording of it.
No, but do their other meetings usually happen? Was this like a one-off where they didn't have online access for this one meeting, or is this for all their meetings?
It's for all their meetings. That's based on my understanding from TriMet's legal counsel that had responded to it, stating that they did it primarily in person only and they were looking at virtual access, but in the future.
Okay, so thank you. Yeah, Commissioner Hall. Yeah.
Thank you. I think, I appreciate everybody's comments and I do wish, and I'll be a broken record, that this was a point where we could just issue a letter of education now. We can't. I do really, really appreciate executive director's comments, and that's been helpful for me. I'm still prepared to move this forward, but I will defer to another commissioner if they'd like to.
Let me get comments from Commissioner Jancy, please.
Acting Chair Thompson, may I ask one more question of Mr. Jones?
Sure.
Mr. Jones, was this meeting a one-off in terms of being in person only, or what's your testimony about the regular practice of the group?
Yeah, there's been folks online asking questions, and on the phone as well. I don't know if they're recorded because I always go in person. So I know that for us, as far as the members of the advisory committee, we have met in person, but there's people that have asked questions, online. And so I believe that the normal practice was to make it available online, and people would register to come in and talk, and that they would come and give testimony. So that's not my area. I just show up and take notes and do that. So try make an answer that question specifically. But there has been other times that I've heard people and we've videotaped things. I just don't know that they're all recorded. I just show up and eat the donuts.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Jancy. Commissioner Halt, please.
Thank you. I want to refer to the report. Sarah Ewing, the Senior Deputy Counsel for TriMet, in the report provided background information on how the CAC was formed. And it said it's comprised of a group of individuals representing a variety of perspectives, including residents, business owners, transit riders, organizations for the 82nd Avenue project route. But then it goes on to say, Miss Ewing explained why the CAC is not a governing body. She wrote that the CAC does not provide recommendations to a public body. Instead, each member of the CAC provides feedback about design issues and does not take formal votes, and is just a sounding board for ideas. And so it's not a governing body. I think this is over regulation, over regulatory, and I'm going to vote I'm not going to vote to move forward with a letter of education at this point. Thank you.
Thank you. Director Myers, please.
So I acknowledge that's what she said in her letter. The problem is that the formation documents for the group say it is created for the purpose of making recommendations. Now, yeah, I do feel for this group because it's being assembled and treated as if it's just a focus group giving feedback. And that may in fact be all that you are doing. But in its creation, it's like Metro was wanting to have its cake and eat it too. Like it created it as an advisory body and then treated it as if it was not an advisory body. And you can't really do it. Either you are created for that purpose, you're an advisory body subject to the public meetings law, or you're a stakeholder group just giving feedback and you're not an advisory body. And the dilemma here is we have people saying, no, we're just a stakeholder group, but we have the documents saying you're created as an advisory body.
Thank you. All right, Commissioner Burt, please.
Yes, I want to speak in support of Director Myers. This board, as innocuous as it may seem, is an organ of Metro. Metro sets policy that a lot of people support, that a lot of people don't like. They're able to impose taxes on the people. They're able to make decisions regarding the use of property that a lot of people support and a lot of people don't like. And this board exists to provide community feedback to the Metro Council. And as such, it's an organ of the Metro Council. It is a government body. You know, the fact that it has diffuse powers or no powers, but just diffuse participation doesn't make it any less of a government body. Simply because as non-existent or as diffuse as their enforcement powers may be, they have the ability, they've got Metro's ear and they've got the ear of Metro councilors. It is a government body, and I think we need to treat them just like any other government body. And that's my comment.
Thank you, Commissioner Burke. All right. I think we have some questions that need to be answered here. While I am as clear as mud on where this goes, I think we could benefit for some additional investigation. I'm not saying there has been a violation here, but my 2 cents is we could benefit from some additional investigation and figure out what's going on here. So with that, I will ask Commissioner McCauley for a motion, please.
Yes, Chair, thank you. I move the commission find that there's a substantial objective basis for believing that Jacob Loeb may have violated ORS 192.670 sub 3, and the commission should investigate accordingly.
All right. Questions on the motion? Please call the roll.
Commissioner Mettler,
Nay.
Commissioner Jancy,
Aye.
Commissioner McCauley,
Aye.
Commissioner Helt,
Nay.
Commissioner Burke,
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez,
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-2.
All right. Agenda item number 12, please.
I move the commission find there is a substantial objective basis for believing that Jessica Curtis may have violated ORS 192.670 sub 3, and the commission should investigate accordingly.
Questions on the motion? Please call the roll.
Commissioner Helt,
Nay.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez,
Aye.
Commissioner Jancy,
Aye.
Commissioner Burke,
Aye.
Commissioner Mettler,
Nay.
Commissioner McCauley,
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-2.
All right. Agenda item number 13, please.
I move the commission find there is a substantial objective basis for believing that SoCo ETH may have violated ORS 192.670 sub 3, and the commission should investigate accordingly.
Questions on the motion? Please call the roll.
Commissioner McCauley,
Aye.
Commissioner Helt,
Nay.
Commissioner Mettler,
Nay.
Commissioner Jancy,
Aye.
Commissioner Burke,
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez is abstaining. Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Motion failed 4-2 with 1 abstention.
All right. Thank you. Agenda item number 14.
I move the commission find there is a substantial objective basis for believing that Terry Epperson may have violated ORS 192.670 sub 3, and the commission should investigate accordingly.
Questions on the motion? Please call the roll.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez,
Aye.
Commissioner Burke,
Aye.
Commissioner Jancy,
Aye.
Commissioner Mettler,
Nay.
Commissioner Halt,
Nay.
Commissioner McCauley,
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-2.
Thank you. Agenda item number 15, please.
I move the commission find there is a substantial objective basis for believing that Anna Gonzalez may have violated ORS 192.670 sub 3, and the commission should investigate accordingly. Sorry.
Questions on the motion? Please call the roll.
Commissioner Burke,
Aye.
thank you. Commissioner McCauley,
Aye.
Commissioner
Aye.
Resendez
Did you get an aye?
Gutierrez. Yes,
Aye.
thank you. Thank you. Commissioner Mettler,
Nay.
Commissioner Jancy,
Aye.
Commissioner Halt,
Nay.
Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-2.
Thank you. Agenda item number 16, please.
I move the commission find there is substantial objective basis for believing that Megan Humphreys may have violated ORS 192.670 sub 3, and the commission should investigate accordingly.
Discussion on the motion? Please call the roll.
Commissioner Mettler,
Nay.
Commissioner Jancy,
Aye.
Commissioner Burke,
Aye.
Commissioner McCauley,
Aye.
Commissioner Halt,
Nay.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez,
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-2.
Thank you. Agenda item number 17, please.
I move the commission find there is substantial objective basis for believing that Jay Jones may have violated ORS 192.670 sub 3, and the commission should investigate accordingly.
Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Commissioner Jancy,
Aye.
Commissioner McCauley,
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez,
Aye.
Commissioner Burke,
Aye.
Commissioner Mettler,
Nay.
Commissioner Halt,
Nay.
Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-2.
Thank you. Agenda item number 18, please.
I move the commission find there is a substantial objective basis for believing that Gretchen Polderup may have violated ORS 192.670 sub 3, and the commission should investigate accordingly.
Thank you. Discussion on the motion? Please call the roll.
Commissioner Mettler,
Nay.
Commissioner Jancy,
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez,
Aye.
Commissioner McCauley,
Aye.
Commissioner Halt,
Nay.
Commissioner Burke,
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-2.
Thank you. Agenda item number 19, please.
I move the commission find there is a substantial objective basis for believing that Eden Melgar may have violated ORS 192.670 sub 3, and the commission should investigate accordingly.
Thank you. Discussion on the motion? Please call the roll.
Commissioner Halt,
Nay.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez,
Aye.
Commissioner Jancy,
Aye.
Commissioner Mettler,
Nay.
Commissioner Burke,
Aye.
Commissioner McCauley,
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-2.
Thank you. Agenda item number 20, please.
Yes, apologies, but I'm going to look to Investigator Pacheco for the correct pronunciation of the last name, if possible.
I believe it's just a no.
No, okay, thank you so much. I move the commission find there is a substantial objective basis for believing that Thomas No may have violated ORS 192.670 sub 3, and the commission should investigate accordingly.
Thank you. Discussion on the motion. Please call the roll.
Commissioner McCauley,
Aye.
Commissioner Halt,
Nay.
Commissioner Mettler,
Nay.
Commissioner Jancy,
Aye.
Commissioner Burke,
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez,
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-2.
All right, thank you. Agenda item number 21, please.
I move the commission find there is a substantial objective basis for believing that Franklin Ochida may have violated ORS 192.670 sub 3, and the commission should investigate accordingly.
Thank you. You've heard the motion. Any discussion on the motion? All right, please call the roll.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez,
Aye.
Commissioner Burke,
Aye.
Commissioner Jancy,
Aye.
Commissioner Mettler,
Nay.
Commissioner Halt,
Nay.
Commissioner McCauley,
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-2.
All right, Mr. Loeb, Mr. Jones, thank you for appearing today. What you have heard us do, we have not found a violation. We have found, though, that we have some questions that need to be answered specifically around, in Mr. Loeb's case, his status as a member of this commission and also the makeup of the commission as organized by TriMet. So our staff will be in touch with next steps. Thank you very much for your willingness to appear and to answer our questions. Have a wonderful weekend. All right. My intention is to get through the next set of items on our agenda and then take a bio break unless there are objections from the room. So, all right,
Question.
sir.
That one, nothing happened.
Yeah, number 13 does not advance.
Okay.
Because there was not 5 affirmative votes.
Okay.
There would not have been 5 votes in either direction. So it just, my understanding is it just administratively dismissed. Okay. All right. So are we ready to proceed?
Yes.
I don't have anybody appearing for the city of Ashland. So Investigator Fenstermaker, please.
Thank you, Chair Thompson, Commissioners. Case of Fenstermaker for the record. The next case for your consideration are agenda items 22 through 30 regarding the City of Ashland's Trails Advisory Committee. The complaint in this case alleged that the Trails Advisory Committee issued an agenda identifying a proposed trail as the Dormouse Trail, which allegedly caused confusion because, according to the complaint, the trail was historically known as the Glenview Trails. Public meetings law requires that a meeting notice include an agenda or list of principal subjects anticipated to be considered, and that the list be specific enough to allow individuals to identify the matters in which they are interested. The proposal was listed as the Dormouse Trail on the committee's agenda. The information reviewed during this preliminary review indicates that the proposed Dormouse Trail was a new trail and that the project was referred to by different names at different times, including the Glenview Hillside Trails, the Dormouse Trail, Upper Glenview Trail, Woodview Park, Low Angle Bike Trail, the Glenview Climb Trail, and the Glenview Descent Trail. Therefore, identifying the proposal as the Dormouse Trail on the agenda, consistent with the proposal itself, does not appear to violate public meetings law. We recommend dismissing each of these cases since there is not a substantial objective basis to believe the committee violated public meetings law.
Thank you. Questions for our investigator? I mean, I'm confused about the ascending and descending trail, but I'm going to let that lie. All right. Hearing no questions, can I have a motion, please?
Yes.
Item number 22.
For clarification, Executive Director, for this motion, I just at the end list all the names, correct?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, this is a great one.
I know. For agenda items 22 through 30, I move the commission dismiss the complaints against Stephanie Seffinger, Adrian Bender, Ethan Brott, Josh Cott, Brooke Hansen, Torsten Heika, Yu Kuwabara, Eric Hansen, and Justin Adams.
You've heard the motion. Is there discussion on the motion? Please call the roll.
Commissioner Halt,
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez,
Aye.
Commissioner Jancy,
Aye.
Commissioner Mettler,
Aye.
Commissioner Burke,
Aye.
Commissioner McCully,
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you to our executive director and team for preparing that motion for us. With that, I have 10:26, so let's take about a 5-minute bio break and we'll convene just after 10:30 again. So we are in recess. Thank you.
Yes, we made all those changes for you guys.
Yes, that was. Seconds.
We are back in. Let me get them. They should be good to go.
Give Commissioner Metler and Commissioner Burke a second to know they're here.
Hello?
Hello, how are you?
Yes,
Good,
I'm
how
here
are
if I
you?
can find my.
Okay, hold tight, please. Commissioner Burke, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Sorry, I had problems with my mute button.
No problem. Commissioner Metler, can you hear us? All right, we'll just stand by for about a minute or so left for Commissioner Metler.
Sorry, yes, I can hear. I'm
All
here.
right, thank you. We are all here. Thank you all for that. We are now on agenda items 31, 32, and 33 on our dealing with the city of Shady Cove. And my understanding is that Kathy Knuckles will be appearing on behalf of, well, we will be appearing as one of the three. She has requested an extra 30 seconds to our normal 3 minutes, which we will allow. That said, the first, Ms. Knuckles, can you hear us, by the way?
I can.
All right.
Thank you.
Good. My name is Jonathan Thompson. I'm Vice Chair of the Commission. Thank you for being here today. The first step in our process will be a report from our investigator, Investigator Sullivan, please.
Yes, thank you, Vice Chair Thompson and Commission. This is Investigator Josh Sullivan for the record. I'm presenting executive session agenda item 31 through 33. This is a public meetings law complaint against the Public Safety Ad Hoc Committee for the City of Shady Cove. The complaint in this case alleges that the city's ad hoc committee held a public meeting on November 12th, 2025. However, they did not keep written minutes or a recording of their meeting. The city's response to the complaint indicates that a written staff report was presented to the city council at a meeting on November 20th, and it serves as the official written minutes on record for the committee's meeting. While it appears that the staff report contains some of the information required for minutes in ORS 192-650, it does not list the names of each governing body member present at the meeting, and it does not appear to include the substance of discussion or describe how the committee's consensus was reached. Based on the information available in this preliminary review, there appears to be a substantial objective basis to believe that Kathy Knuckles and the other members of the committee may have violated ORS 192-651 by providing incomplete minutes of their meeting. The recommendation is to move this case to investigation.
Thank you, Investigator. Commissioners, are there questions for our investigator? Hearing, Commissioner Halt, please.
Thank you, Vice Chair. I am trying to understand who is responsible for putting the minutes forward. Is it the committee, or is it the chair, or is it the staff of the council?
Yes, thank you for your question, Commissioner Hell. The governing body itself is responsible for ensuring that the minutes meet the statutory requirements. So in this case, it's the ad hoc committee members. We do understand that a lot of times staff members do a lot of that work, but the governing body members are the ones held responsible for ensuring that the minimum requirements are met.
But is it the members of the ad hoc committee, or is it the members of the council?
In this case, the governing body we're looking at is the ad hoc committee.
All right. All right. Thank you for that. Any other questions from commissioners? All right. Ms. Knuckles, the floor is yours. Welcome to the Oregon Government Ethics Commission. You have your 3.5 minutes.
Okay. Again, hi, I am Kathy Knuckles of Shady Cove, and I'm here on behalf of myself and two of my colleagues who are accused of violating public meeting law. It seems that our meeting minutes for a non-voting, free-flowing conversational workshop weren't up to your standard. And specifically, in talking with Josh, our meetings were missing a couple of words and a qualifying sentence, which Josh admitted was a subjective determination that all three of us disagree with. We have read those minutes a dozen times, and still today we contend that they did capture the full essence of the workshop in accordance with public meeting law, and we each attested to this in verbal conversations with Josh. I had a long emotional talk with Josh on Wednesday because I wasn't even going to do this. And without giving me direction, he led me to believe that I should talk to you. So I know this is TMI, but our little rural city is in chaos. We terminated our city administrator for reasons that are protected by executive session. We're now on our second interim city administrator while we desperately look to recruit a replacement. And then to top it all off, we have two disgruntled friends of the dismissed city administrator who are now intent to make our lives a living hell by studying our every move, looking for stumbles so that they can file a complaint. These people don't work with us to suggest improvements. They just find cracks and pounce. And in fact, I just received my third ethics complaint from you guys 2 days ago. Josh explained to me that for this current complaint, we would only get a letter of education as if this is fine. It really is not fine. Come walk in our shoes for a couple of days. Your letter of education comes with a guilty verdict that will be paraded around town as a public meeting law violation, which we have to constantly defend, not to mention all of the staff and legal fees incurred to deal with this complaint in the first place. And honestly, we feel we did nothing wrong. I know you probably don't care about our problems, but we are really trying to do our best to keep the city moving forward. Do we stumble once in a while? Absolutely. But at no time are any of our actions criminal or with ill intent. The law leaves a lot of room for subjectivity, and so we beg of you to look at our intent, our resources, and our dedication to the city as you interpret our reasonable actions. It would be really nice to have a staff recorder, a staff attorney, and dedicated audio-visual meeting facilities, but we don't have these, so we do the very best with what we do have, and we honestly believe that we manage this in full compliance with the spirit of the law. So we're asking you to please don't let these few vindictive people use you all as a tool to destroy Shady Cove. We respectfully ask that you end this preliminary investigation today, not with a follow-on investigation and a forthcoming guilty verdict, but rather with an immediate qualified dismissal. This qualified dismissal can state that though the spirit of the law was upheld, you would like to suggest improvements to further ensure that our practices are beyond reproach. If you can do that, we can continue to eagerly learn while holding our heads high, knowing that we are serving our community with integrity and honesty. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Knuckles. Are there questions from the commission for the respondent? All right, now is the time for us to decide how to proceed. I have some thoughts, but I will invite my fellow commissioners to go first. All right, well, I guess I will go. I understand. I mean, the fact that they submitted a written report, did it check every box? It appears not, but I do believe they tried. And hearing from Ms. Knuckles with what's going on down there, I do believe they tried. They didn't make an attempt to hide anything. I'm okay dismissing at this point. I mean, I am happy that they had a long discussion with Josh, and I think the education that needed to happen has happened. So at this point, I would vote to dismiss this case, but I will defer to fellow commissioners. Commissioner Halt, please.
I agree with your assessment and I would also vote to dismiss.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez, please.
Same with us, Chair. And it's unfortunate that as we've mentioned in the past, that sometimes our processes are being weaponized or used inappropriately by certain people.
Absolutely. Any other commissioners have any comments before I ask for a motion? All right, Commissioner McCauley.
Can I use the two-way, Susan? This one too, or no?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. For agenda items 31 through 33, I move the commission dismiss the complaints against Kathy Knuckles, Jeffrey Benier, and John Edwards.
Commissioners, you've heard the motion. Is there any discussion on the motion? Please call the roll.
Commissioner McCauley,
Aye.
Commissioner Halt,
Aye.
Commissioner Mettler,
Aye.
Commissioner Jancy,
Aye.
Commissioner Burke,
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez,
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Knuckles. Thank you for your appearance today and for your testimony. We always appreciate it when respondents come and share their side of the story. So thank you for taking the time to do that. And as you heard, this case has been dismissed. So we hope you have a wonderful weekend.
Oh, thank you so very much. You have no idea how much this means to us. You all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
Take care.
Bye.
All right. So on the next set, is there nobody appearing?
We have enough on, looks like.
All right. For agenda items 34 through 40, Investigator Pacheco, please.
Thank you, Chair, Vice Chair Thompson and Commissioners. As Investigator Daniel Pacheco for the record. Agenda items 34 through 40 in your meeting books are preliminary review reports for members of the City of Wellport City Council. The complaint in this matter concerns a November 19, 2025 executive session to consider matters relating to the security of public body facilities and meeting spaces. In this case, the complaint alleges that the executive session discussions exceeded the scope of the statute and that a decision was made during the meeting. Nonetheless, based on the materials provided, it does not appear that was the case. Thus, there does not appear to be a substantial objective basis to believe that the City Council members violated provisions in RS Chapter 192 and the Commission should dismiss this complaint. Thank you.
Questions for our investigator? All right. May we have a motion, please?
Yes, and no commissioners want to pull.
Oh, yeah.
Individual vote, any names off? Are we good? Okay.
All right.
For agenda items 34 through 40, I move the commission dismiss the complaints against Greg Dunn, Gerald Townsend, Richard Booth, Jamie Morris, Susan Woodruff, Michelle Severson, and Heidi Lambert.
All right, commissioners, you've heard the motion. Is there discussion on the motion? Please call the roll.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez,
Aye.
Commissioner Burke,
Aye.
Commissioner Jancy,
Aye.
Commissioner Mettler,
Aye.
Commissioner Halt,
Aye.
Commissioner McCauley,
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0.
All right, thank you very much. And now it looks like as we get to 41 through 43, we have some respondents appearing.
Yep. I'll give you 1 second to get to that. We contacted 43, but
We just got okay, bye.
we just got okay. So
Hey.
Okay. So, all right, Mr. Thalacker, can you hear me? I think you might be on mute.
How's that?
That sounds wonderful. All right, and Mr. Boyer, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Yeah,
All right.
he's in the same room with me.
Oh, okay, great. And then Mr. Knowlton?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, thank you all for being here. My name is Jonathan Thompson. I'm Vice Chair of the Oregon Government Ethics Commission. The time is now to hear your case. We will start with a report from our investigator. We will allow the commissioners to ask questions of that report. Then we will turn to you for your comments and questions, and then we'll make a decision. So thank you very much for being here. And Investigator Fenstermaker, please.
Thank you, Chair Thompson. Commissioners, Casey Fenstermaker for the record. Agenda items 41 through 43 are preliminary review reports addressing a complaint that members of the Three Sisters Irrigation District Board of Directors violated public meetings law by discussing a new governance structure and hiring a specific person for a then non-existent district manager position. First, a procedural issue. The complaint included 2 grievances. With respect to the second grievance, once the reports were issued to the board members, legal counsel for the district reached out and pointed out that the second grievance regarding the November 20th, 2025 meeting had not met the prerequisites required by the statute to be considered as part of the complaint. Commission staff confirmed that the complainant did in fact file the complaint 1 day too early, as he was required to wait 21 days from the date the grievance was filed or until after he received a response from the district, whichever came first. Since it appears the district did not provide a response, and since 21 days had not elapsed, the issues presented by the second grievance should not be considered and should be administratively dismissed. That gives us an opportunity to focus on the November 18th meeting and allegations involving conversations that allegedly occurred outside of a public meeting. The issue arose because an agenda was issued for the district's November 18th, 2025 meeting, which states under the heading Announcements, Amelia Ellington to be promoted to district manager. There appears to be a few issues with this. First, the governance structure for the district did not at that time include a district manager specific position. Second, it appears there was no public meetings at which either changes to the governance structure or the hiring of a specific person to the role were discussed. Nonetheless, the agenda indicates that a decision was made regarding the establishment of the district manager position, as well as the person who would be hired to fill it. As a result, commission staff believes there's a substantial objective basis to believe that substantial conversations regarding district business occurred among a quorum of the district's board members outside of a public meeting. Once the report was issued, legal counsel for the district reached out to argue that the district's board members did not violate public meetings law because the board members voted on the issue of governance and filling the position at its December 16th meeting. The issue with that argument is that simply because the formal vote was taken at a public meeting in December does not mean that conversations were not held and that decisions were not made outside of a public meeting and prior to December regarding these matters. And in fact, the agenda for the November 18th meeting specifically contradicts legal counsel's assertion. As a result, because commission staff believes there's a substantial objective basis to believe the board members violated ORS 192.630 by either meeting in private or conducting a meet in private or engaging in serial communications, there's also a substantial objective basis to believe the board members failed to properly notice those conversations as public meetings, failed to properly take meeting minutes, and failed to properly record votes. Therefore, the recommendation is to move this case to investigation.
Thank you, investigator. Are there questions from the commission to our investigator? Hearing and seeing none. All right. Mr. Thalacker, Mr. Knowlton, and Mr. Boyer, this is your time to address the commission. You each have 3 minutes. Should you choose to use it, you are under no obligation to address us, but if you would like to, now is the time, and I will let you go in whatever order you wish.
Yeah, so I'm going to speak for all three members. So,
okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So, in terms of manager, so basically the board of directors in January of 24, after I was sworn in as a new board member, delegated manager duties to me as board member. So I have been overseeing both the financial administrative manager and the hydro and water manager this whole time. And so there has been a district manager, and our first manager, Ralph McNulty, was hired in 1992. And then when he retired, I was manager for 26 years. So to say that this was a new position is silly. What the board attempted to do back in beginning of 24, when we changed the rules to allow for the 2 district managers, was to see if that was a possible basically structure that would work. And what I determined over and we hadn't hired Amelia Ellington yet. She didn't get hired till April of 24. What I determined throughout 24 and 25 was that there needed to be more daily supervision. And Amelia had already assumed a number of managerial duties that were above her financial administrative job description. And basically, she submitted a proposal to each of us individually that if we did change this in the future, she'd like to be district manager. So the mistake that occurred is that we did not, or I should say Don did not give her a clear description on what the agenda item should be. Now, during all this time, because of all of these constant records requests that we've been getting from one of our new current board members and a number of other folks, Amelia's been in touch with legal counsel, and legal counsel has been reviewing agendas and giving her advice. And then she had been discussing that with the board chair. And then going into the next year, the new board chair, Joe Ellsworth. So anyway, I just have a problem with all this, because this is just being weaponized to come after the board. And obviously there's more complaints coming from these people and other folks on a constant basis. And it's just, we've been through the last 2 where you dismissed the complaint against Carl Knowlton, you dismissed a previous complaint against me. And it's just, this obviously is just going to continue for a very long period of time. But the new board of directors ratified the board's decision at the February meeting. So Amelia is district manager, and we did read the rules and regs twice, the change twice at meetings before we made the decision. We did her review in executive session. We came out of executive session, and then we voted. So I don't feel that we've crossed any lines, but it's just, it is what it is.
Thank you, Mr. Thalacker. Are there questions from commissioners for the respondent? All right, so now has come the time for us to make a decision on what to do. As you all know, we will not be making a decision today on whether or not an actual violation occurs. The decision before us is whether to continue the investigation into this matter. So do any commissioners have thoughts on how we should proceed? Yes, Commissioner McCauley.
Yeah, Investigator Fenstermaker, could you tell me what, if we move this forward, what, is there additional work that needs to occur or investigation? What would you be doing or looking at?
Sure, thank you for the question. What didn't occur during the preliminary review was individual interviews of the board members at the time, and interviews with Amelia herself regarding some of the assertions that were made during this preliminary review period. So that would be what I would want to do, conduct those interviews and potentially request public records regarding the communications and proposals that Amelia allegedly provided to the board members.
Thank you. Okay. further questions or discussion from commissioners? So I'm kind of conflicted on this. I do realize there's more work to be done here, but I also don't like it when we're weaponized and used in local political fights. So I'm firmly on the fence. Where are some of my other commissioners?
I'll give my thoughts.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think it's also, as we've discussed in the past, it's good for this to move forward because we may find that there isn't nothing happened. So I think at this point, I'm in favor of moving that forward to let the process continue and see where we end up.
Okay. All right, thank you, Commissioner McCoy. Any other comments from commissioners? All right. Oh, yes, Commissioner Jancy lit up, but.
Yeah, I would just echo the acting vice chair's comments. I think there's some value in completing the investigation and confirming.
Okay. All right. Commissioner McCauley, please.
Sure. I move the commission find there is a substantial objective basis for believing that Mark Thalacker may have violated ORS 192.630 sub 1, ORS 192.640, ORS 192.650, OAR 199-050-0020, and OAR 199-050-0055. And the commission should investigate accordingly.
Commissioners, you heard the motion. Is there discussion on the motion? Please call the roll.
Commissioner Mettler,
Aye.
Commissioner Jancy,
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez.
He's abstaining.
Oh, yes, thank you. Commissioner McCauley,
Aye.
Commissioner Helt,
Aye.
Commissioner Burke,
Aye.
and Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Motion passed 6-0 with 1 abstention.
Thank you. Agenda item number 42, please.
I move the commission find there is a substantial objective basis for believing that Carl Knowlton may have violated ORS 192.630 sub 1, ORS 192.640, ORS 192.650. Or did I miss 40? I apologize. Did I get 40? Or did I say 5 twice? I'll start over.
Start over.
Now I got everybody confused. ORS 192.630 sub 1, ORS 192.640, ORS 192.650, OAR 199-050-0020, and OAR 199-050-0055, and the commission should investigate accordingly.
Commissioners, you've heard the motion. Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Commissioner Burke,
Aye.
Commissioner McCauley,
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez,
Aye.
Commissioner Mettler,
Aye.
Commissioner Jancy,
Aye.
Commissioner Helt,
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0.
All right, thank you. Agenda item number 43, please.
I move the commission find there is substantial objective basis for believing that Don Boyer may have violated ORS 192.630 sub 1, ORS 192.640, ORS 192.650, OAR 199-050-0020, and OAR 199-050-0055. And the commission should investigate accordingly.
Thank you. You've heard the motion. Is there discussion? Please call the roll.
Commissioner Mettler,
Aye.
Commissioner Jancy,
Aye.
Commissioner Burke,
Aye.
Commissioner McCauley,
Aye.
Commissioner Helt,
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez.
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0.
All right, thank you for that. Mr. Thalacker, Mr. Knowlton, Mr. Boyer, thank you for being here today. As we stated earlier, we have not found any violation. We have simply identified the need to collect some more information in this matter. Our staff will be in touch. Thank you for your appearance today.
Okay, thank you.
All right. I believe that completes our executive session agenda. So we will now return to our regularly scheduled programming.